Imagine stumbling upon humanity's first art gallery, not in a museum, but 50 feet underground in complete darkness. That's exactly what happened in 1940 when four teenagers and their wandering dog accidentally discovered the most significant collection of prehistoric art ever found.
You know what amazes me about that story? Those boys, Marcel, Jacques, Georges, and Simon, they could have just ignored that hole their dog disappeared into. Instead, they went back with lamps and became the first people in 17,000 years to see those incredible paintings.
And what they found was mind blowing. Over 600 painted figures and 1,500 engravings spread across these massive cave chambers. The centerpiece is this enormous black bull that stretches more than 16 feet long. That's like, well, imagine a prehistoric artist painting something the size of a small bus on a cave wall.
Speaking of techniques, these weren't just simple cave drawings. These artists were using some seriously sophisticated methods, right?
Oh, absolutely. They were basically running a prehistoric art studio down there. They made their own pigments from iron oxide and manganese dioxide, crafted brushes from animal hair, and, get this, they even created airbrushes using hollow bones to spray paint. They were the original street artists, just working underground.
Hmm. And they weren't just painting on flat surfaces either. I read that they deliberately used the natural bumps and curves of the cave walls to create these amazing 3D effects.
That's what's so incredible about it. They understood perspective and movement in ways that wouldn't be seen again in Western art for thousands of years. You know what Picasso said when he visited? He looked at those 17,000-year-old paintings and declared, "We have invented nothing."
Well, that's fascinating coming from Picasso. Though I have to wonder, why did they create all this art in the first place? I mean, some of these animals weren't even the ones they hunted.
Right, like why paint dangerous animals like lions and rhinoceros? Many researchers think these images had deep spiritual significance. The chamber of felines, which is tucked away in the hardest to reach part of the cave, might have been used for special ceremonies or initiation rites.
And now we can't even go inside the original cave anymore because of what happened in the 1950s and 60s, right?
Yeah, it's actually a cautionary tale about preservation. All those tourists visiting the cave were literally loving it to death. Their breath, body heat, and the humidity they brought in started causing mold growth on the paintings. The French government had to close it in 1963 to prevent further damage.
Though that led to something pretty innovative, the creation of these incredibly detailed replicas, Lascaux 2, 3, and 4.
Exactly. And now, with modern technology, we're still making new discoveries about these ancient masterpieces. They're using multispectral imaging to reveal hidden details and preparatory sketches underneath the final paintings. It shows these weren't just spontaneous creations, these artists were planning their work.
So these prehistoric humans were way more sophisticated than we originally thought.
Way more. And here's something really interesting. Those geometric signs and abstract marks that appear throughout the cave, they show up in other Paleolithic sites too, suggesting there was some kind of shared visual language across different groups. We might be looking at the earliest form of human communication.
That really changes how we think about prehistoric humans, doesn't it? These weren't just survival-focused cave dwellers. They were artists, storytellers, maybe even philosophers.
And you know what? In many ways, we're still doing exactly what they did, using art to make sense of our world, to communicate, to leave our mark. We just have better tools now. And thankfully, better lighting than those first teenage explorers had with their lamp.